Hi, Casey here, and I am going to share with you pretty much our meals for a week, or the food for a week. Not everything is included here. As I go forward with these little videos, I will try to be more specific. This is my first go. Anyway, so here we go. Let's start with kind of what my husband and I eat. Here is a plate of scrambled eggs and cheese. I think there was feta in there, and some grilled pork shoulder. Let me tell you, pork shoulder is a great way to go. We got a giant one at Costco. We ate off of it for many days in many different ways. We had some leftover grilled that we had made from the night before, and I was hungry, so I ate that. So that was pretty much my meal for the day. And this is my meal the next day. I had taken part of the pork shoulder that we didn't grill, threw it in the crock pot, and ended up with some great pulled pork. It's super easy. It was really as simple as putting the shoulder in a crock pot and letting it sit there. I took some of the pulled pork, a couple of fried eggs, avocado, a very rich and luscious breakfast. That was pretty much my meal of the day. And then the next morning, my husband made me breakfast. I felt like eating breakfast, so he made it scrambled eggs, 2 pieces of bacon, and some farmer's cheese, of course, with my rich coffee. And later that day, I ended up eating 2 meals for the day, breakfast and this. This is pork belly, which is what they make bacon from. And my husband sauteed some up and with some broccoli, and that was my meal. Now, here is a little tableau, and this was a really easy meal as well. We make our own little hot, spicy chicken drummies. We get a bag of chicken drumsticks or wings, whatever they're called, from Costco, and some green beans. I have a video on how to make the wings, and I'll link that in. And by the way, sometimes it's nice to light a candle when you're going to eat with your partner, or your family in general, or even by yourself. So this was what the plate looked like. Just some, I think that was 4 little chicken sections, some green beans that were, I don't remember whether they were frozen, organic green beans, whether I steamed them or microwaved them. Avocado and lime. Now the next night, this was throw it in the pot if you've got it. So I had some ground beef, I had some leftover kale, I had some leftover shredded cheddar, I had half a tomato. It all got put in a skillet. and I think there's an orange bell pepper in there as well. And I really like those kind of meals where you just say, oh, here's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, which is another advantage of eating this way. It is so basic and simple. And I'm not a food photographer. There is a gift to staging food. Oh, and of course, sour cream. But it was delicious, some seasonings, avocado and lime, and there was dinner again. Now, this was chicken thighs, which are a nice, inexpensive, fatty cut of chicken. And can you tell we use cast iron skillets a lot? I let those sit in there with some seasoning, some cayenne, salt, pepper, garlic, flipped them around a couple of times, diced up a zucchini, a couple of a few shiitake mushrooms, put in some liquid, which in this case was some homemade bone broth, and just let it sit. And I put it on super low simmer with the lid on the cast iron skillet so the chicken cooked all the way through but didn't dry out. I just put the whole daggum thing in the middle of the table on a trivet and a big spoon, and we ate kind of communal style, which I think is a lot of fun to do sometimes. Even if you have more than just 2 of you, make a big thing and let the family sit around. We're making a concerted effort to eat formally, and to sit down and stop our day and eat together. And I think we have sometimes gotten away from that, and that was my plate. You see a couple of shiitake mushrooms, half an avocado, and a chicken thigh. More than satisfying. Really good, really simple. And then I don't think this was the next day. I think I'd eaten very light in between here. Some days I eat 1 meal, some days I eat 2, some days I eat almost none. But this next morning I was hungry. So there was 3 eggs, 1.5 ounces of cheddar cheese. Oh Lord, what else went in there? I can't even remember. It was, I think there was maybe some zucchini and 2 sausages. That was a very, very heavy breakfast, which lasted me the whole day. So take us to the next morning. Lovely mate scrambled up a couple of eggs, thick sliced bacon, some farmer's cheese, coffee, and there we are. Now, this was that same evening. This was the day I ate 2 meals. Listen to your hunger. If you're not hungry, don't eat. If you are hungry, eat. This was super easy. Sliced zucchini, salt, pepper, cayenne pepper under the broiler for a couple of minutes. Humongous steak. That's a ribeye. It looks gargantuan. Now, let me tell you, when I first started this, I would eat a whole one of those. And they're so good. They're so easy. My husband had gone on a 22-mile bike ride, or a little quickie. In our household, cyclists get smoothies and cyclists get ribeyes. So we had ribeyes. And there was mine. That's about 4 ounces of zucchini. I do weigh my veggies because that's where most of my carbs come from. And the avocado. And that nice juicy steak. But here's the deal. Here's what happens when you're keto adapted. You just can't eat all the food. Or you shouldn't if you're not hungry. And even my husband, who had ridden 22 miles, said, I can't finish. That was the rest of mine. So I ended up eating a few ounces of vegetable and some steak, and we called it a day. I'll try to keep this up, y'all. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you taking the time.